Hi everyone, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be able to connect today with you. I'm not going to be able to join the live discussion, so I wanted just to share our discussion for this week. So today I wanted to talk about something that kind of sits very near to my heart and what we'll be doing in the future in our helping fields, how we choose the best and most caring ways to support our future clients. So specifically, I'm looking at how to tell the difference between legitimate psychological research and well-meaning but amongst unproven ideas like folk psychology and the pseudoscience. I think when people come to us, they are often sharing their deepest vulnerabilities, or they will be sharing their deepest vulnerabilities is in therapy, and they place their trust in our hands while they're learning to separate specific truths from popular myths is one of the most profound acts of care that I believe we can offer. So part one I wanted to share is spotting the difference with an open mind and a grounded heart. So one question that came to mind for me personally was, how do we navigate this compassion as future practitioners? And so I thought the legitimate research, whether it gathers quantitative data, it listens to qualitative lived experiences, and or blends both. I think it's deeply rooted in the scientific method, as we have learned. This simply means it is grounded in real empirical evidence that has been careful and systematically tested. True science is built on humility. It is falsifiable, meaning it welcomes being corrected, and it undergoes rigorous peer review by independent experts to ensure that it will generally help people before it ever reaches a toolkit. And then, as I was thinking about it, on the other hand, folk psychology relies on like everyday common sense or cultural intuition. It comes from a place of good intentions, but it is subjective and untested. Pseudoscience, it goes a step further, using, I guess you could say, like fancy clinical sounding words to promote ideas that have been proven. And we can spot pseudoscience when an intervention relies entirely on isolated success stories. So it refuses to accept new data or it shuns peer reviews. So if a trendy new method claims to be a miracle cure but lacks peer-reviewed backing, it isn't necessarily a safe foundation for our clients. So for part two of this, why this empowers our future care. So another question that I kind of had was, why is holding this boundary so incredibly important in our daily work? And first and foremost, it centers our client safety or our future client safety. And when we use unproven pseudo-scientific methods, we risk unintentionally causing harm to our future clients, lengthening their struggle or delaying them from getting the validated or the validation and care that they truly deserve. Secondly, I think it honors our commitment to evidence-based practice. So to me, this means for my future, weaving my own clinical empathy and our clients' unique value together with the very best scientific data that is available. When we do this, I truly believe that it will ensure our good intentions are backed by real care and compassion. And then finally, relying on legitimate research protects the sacred trust between our organizations and the communities that we will be serving. The vulnerable population who will be walking through our future doors deserve interventions that are wrapped in a genuine, verifiable truth. And today, in conclusion, grounding our compassion in legitimate science is how we will become the safest, most effective allies possible for the people that we will be serving. And I truly believe by choosing empirical evidence over trends, we will truly uphold the dignity of the helping professions, whether we go into counseling or social work or just another helping field. Thank you so much for your time today. And I am just grateful that each of you are going into the helping field and going to do some beautiful work for our future clients. Have a great day. Bye.